It was 10 o'clock at night. In a room of a mental hospital, a nurse was taking her night shift round. As she continued her round, she reached room number 11. The nurse slowly opened the door. Inside, on the bed, a beautiful 27-year-old girl was staring blankly at the wall, whispering something softly. Seeing her, the nurse felt a bit uneasy. Her feet seemed to refuse to enter the room. In that mental hospital, there were many such strange patients, and such behavior from mentally ill patients is quite common. She was a nurse, so this was her daily job. But it was this nurse's first day at that mental hospital. The silence of the night and the sudden knocking sounds caused by gusts of wind only added to the fear in that terrifying scene. She was deeply conflicted, thinking, should I go in or not? Just as she gathered a little courage and stepped one foot inside, suddenly the girl started laughing loudly and making bizarre movements. Her face was toward the wall. She suddenly twisted her neck backwards. The nurse broke into a sweat. Her feet froze to the spot. With trembling hands, she closed the room's door and ran towards the reception, shouting for another nurse. Nurse Sunita, Nurse Sunita. Out of breath, the nurse reached the reception. Another nurse was on the phone. Auntie, please don't worry. She is absolutely fine. We are taking good care of her. Saying this, Nurse Sunita hung up the phone and, looking at the other nurse, asked, What happened, Rachna? Why are you so scared? Then Rachna narrated everything that had happened. But who were you talking to? Oh, that was the mother of the girl in room number 11. The poor woman calls every night to ask about her. They admitted her here a few months ago and left. Rachna looked at Sunita with curious eyes and asked, What exactly happened to her? How did she end up like this? She looks very beautiful. Yes, such a condition can happen in two situations. When someone loves another like crazy and doesn't get them, or when someone is possessed by a spirit. Hearing this, Rachna was astonished. So what happened to her? Sadly, both, meaning both. Then Nurse Sunita began to tell her about Naina. Naina had turned 27. She was in her final year of engineering. In the entire college, no girl was as beautiful as Naina. All the boys were crazy about her. But Naina had created a different story of her dream prince. She would daily weave dreams of the prince who would come into her life. Naina's dream world was very different from reality. She often talked to herself and sometimes laughed loudly. Her parents were very worried seeing this. Their daughter had reached marriageable age, and they felt they should find a good boy for her. They brought many proposals, but Naina refused each one, saying that the boy wasn't like her dream prince. Due to her repeatedly refusing so many proposals, the number of matches coming for Naina had almost become negligible. Her parents were very distressed, but Naina was lost in her own dream world, unaware of this. It was night, around 12:30 a.m. Naina was still awake. The light in her room was still on. Sitting by her window, looking out, smiling to herself, she was writing something in her diary. She had a habit of writing in her diary. In that diary, she had written everything about her future life partner. That diary was very close to her heart, so much so that her soul resided in it. She was smiling and writing in it. Her parents were used to Naina's behavior, so they didn't pay much attention. The next day, Naina went to college. It was her 27th birthday. She had brought her diary along. Her friends celebrated her birthday nicely. Her group included her best friend Nishita and newer friends Ishan and Judin, whom she had met a few months ago. Both Judin and Ishan secretly liked Naina, but neither had told her nor each other. That day, Naina was writing in her diary in the college library when suddenly she got a call from her mother. She left in a hurry, forgetting her diary there. Judin picked up the diary and, seeing no one was watching, quickly stuffed it into his bag. At home, Judin started reading Naina's diary. As he read page after page, a crease appeared on his forehead, and a strange expression came into his eyes. It was around 1 a.m. when Judin finished reading the entire diary. With a crooked smile on his face, he kept the diary on the side table and went to sleep. Meanwhile, the light in Naina's room was still on. But strangely, Naina was very disturbed. Her room was completely messy, and she was frantically searching for her diary like a madwoman. The noise woke her mother, who came to Naina's door and knocked. Naina? Naina, are you okay? There was no response. Naina? Beta, are you okay? Yes, Mom, I'm fine. Beta, it's very late. Go to sleep. Saying this, her mother left. But Naina was crying. She felt as if she had lost her most precious possession, the one in which she had stored all her dreams. Wiping her tears, Nina turned off the light and went to sleep. After much struggle, she finally dozed off. The next morning, Nina came to college looking very sad. Seeing her sad, Nishita asked, "What happened, Nina? Why do you look so upset?" "Nishita, do you remember that diary in which I used to write everything? It's lost somewhere. I can't find it." Ishan was standing nearby. Just then, Judin arrived. Seeing Judin, Nina's eyes widened with shock. Judin was wearing exactly the same clothes that Nina had described in her diary. Seeing him, Nina felt drawn towards him. On one hand, she was sad about losing her diary. On the other hand, she was happy at finding her dream life partner. Judin came and proposed marriage to her. Attracted to Judin, Nina said yes. Both were very happy, but Ishan's face showed no joy. His heart was broken. He just stood there silently, watching. As days passed, Judin's passion for Nina grew. He became obsessed, doing crazy things for her love. He wouldn't let anyone come near Nina. He even drove Nishita away from her. One day, it went too far. Judin physically fought with Ishan. Judin started doing strange things for Nina's love. Sometimes he would write Nina's name all over his body with his own blood. Sometimes he would send her love letters written in his blood. Nina started getting scared of Judin's behavior. One day, when Nina went to Judin's house, she found her diary there. Finding her diary in Judin's room, she was stunned. She also found some love letters and some pictures of girls in the table drawer. While she was looking at them, a man aged around 40 to 45 arrived. Startled to see him suddenly, Nina got a little scared. Then the man spoke. "Don't be scared, Beta. My name is Kishore. I'm Judin's uncle. I live in Bangalore for work and come here every week to check on Judin. The poor boy has no one in this world except me. His parents died in a road accident. Since then, there's been a deep impact on his mind. He has been fighting mental illness for many days." Hearing this, Nina was shocked. "What did you say? Mental illness?" "Yes, mental illness," the uncle said. "He feels that every beautiful and antique thing in the world should belong to him. So he collects all those beautiful, antique things and keeps them in his house. Look, the entire house is filled with such things." Nina looked around and saw many antique and beautiful items. As she was looking, the uncle continued, "He doesn't understand emotions. He just gets attracted to outer beauty. And if that thing gets damaged or spoiled, he destroys its existence completely." Nina's insides trembled hearing this. She showed the photos in the drawer to the uncle and asked, "Whose pictures are these?" "Beta, these are of Judin's former girlfriends. I have met him only once each time. Every time, I saw a new girl with him. I don't know what happened to them or where they went. I never asked him much because the doctor forbade any conversation that might anger him. Otherwise, in anger, he can do anything." Nina looked at the photos. One thing was common in all of them. All the girls were extremely beautiful. In the drawer, there was one more photo, kept face down. With trembling hands, Nina picked it up and looked at it. Seeing that photo, Nina's eyes widened in shock. It was a photo of none other than herself. Seeing her own picture in that drawer, Nina's hair stood on end. Slowly, everything started making sense to her. She couldn't bear it anymore. Nina ran home, locked her room door, and sat in a corner. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out of her mouth. Just then, her phone started ringing. It was Judin. Even after 10 rings, Nina didn't pick up. She didn't have the courage left to talk to him. Days passed. Nina didn't go to college, didn't meet anyone, didn't talk to anyone. She would just lock her room and sit alone, staring at her diary. For the first time, she started hating her own diary. That same day, a news headline appeared on the front page of the newspaper. A boy had jumped from his building and died because he was heartbroken over a girl's love. Next to the news was Judin's photograph. Seeing that, Nina was completely shocked. She felt as if all the strength had drained from her body. Nina stopped going to college altogether. All day, she would sit in her room, stare at the wall, and mumble softly, "I didn't do anything. Please leave me alone." Everywhere, Nina would only see Judin's ghost, smiling at her and saying, "Nina, I'm still waiting for you. You are only mine." After hearing Nurse Sunita's story, Nurse Rachna was astonished. The silence of the night and that terrifying tale were filling her heart with fear. Just then, all the lights in the hospital started flickering on and off. and suddenly, the entire power went out. Rachna was now very scared. She took out her mobile phone, turned on the torch, and started calling out, "Nurse Sunita? Nurse Sunita, are you here?" But there was no answer. Then, Rachna found a paper note kept on the side of the table. The note read, "Rachna, I have to go somewhere due to an emergency. Your phone wasn't connecting, so I'm leaving this message. I'll be back in an hour." Reading this, Rachna felt as if someone had sucked the life out of her. She looked around with fearful eyes. Suddenly, in a corner, she saw someone's shadow. It was Jatin's ghost, with a crooked smile on his face, looking at Rachna. He said, "You are very beautiful too. And beautiful things only belong to me." Laughter. Saying this, he started laughing loudly. The world of dreams and reality are very different. So much so that sometimes it crosses the boundaries of life and death. If you like this story, please subscribe to us.